'cause I love this land. It takes my breath away.
Welcome to Texas 10. I'm Melissa.
And I'm Steve.
And we are going to a county and a city that we know very well. We're going to Dallas, Texas.
This is an episode that was 27 years in the making.
Yeah, we lived there for 27 years.
We did live in Dallas for 27 years. And it's interesting. Now, obviously, you can't do Dallas in 10 minutes or 12 minutes.
Right.
Actually, we should call it Texas 11 because we've been missing our mark. But so what we've decided to do is talk about downtown and focus on the museums. So for two reasons. One, if you're traveling to Dallas and you haven't been there and you're going to be downtown, there's just great museums.
Right.
And another is just a reminder, because when we lived there, a lot of Dallasites say it's a great place to live, but it's not really a tourist town. Wrong.
I beg to differ.
Right. But we didn't really learn that till we left.
Right. So we moved to Waco,
Right.
and then we started this project, and we said, we got to do Dallas. We actually spent quite a while there. But Dallas downtown, there's several things. First of all, there are some beautiful, wonderful hotels to stay in.
Right. So just a shout out to the one we stayed in on our particular trip, because there's lots to choose from. But the Stoneleigh, which is an old Dallas hotel. It's a Marriott affiliated property now, an Autograph or whatever. And it's just a great old hotel. It's got a lot of character, great pool scene.
Oh, I loved the pool scene. I did take an afternoon just to hang.
Right. And then it's right across the street from the Stoneleigh P, which is one of Dallas's most famous bars.
Right. So that was great. And so let's talk about the museums. You know, even when we lived there, I often went to the Dallas Museum of Art, and it is one of my favorites. I absolutely love it. It's pretty big.
Right.
And it's one of those museums that you can break it up. You could go in and see whatever exhibit they have, or you could go and see the different standing exhibits.
Collections, right.
Collections. It's really a beautiful, amazing art museum.
And they usually have 2 or 3 temporary exhibits on top of their immense collections, and they obviously rotate collections too.
And they have a wonderful series called Letters and Arts. And they bring in all kinds of people. I actually know someone who used to work there. Carolyn Bess used to be head of that. And she talked about when they brought Larry McMurtry, and they bring all kinds of artists, writers, musicians. And so keep your eye out for that, because it's really, really wonderful.
And it is set in the Cultural District, which is on the east side of downtown, just south of what is Dallasites know as Woodall Rogers, which is the spur that goes between I-35 and State Highway 75, the two main north-south thoroughfares. But Woodall Rogers is now covered with Clyde Warren Park.
Very cool. I loved it when they did it. We watched them build that project, and then it's a great place to go on a Sunday afternoon, just to go to Clyde Warren Park. It has a water feature, has a great children's park. It now has a Mi Casina right there, which is one of my very favorite Mexican food restaurants.
I'm guessing
in Dallas.
Still, we've been here 9 years in Waco, but I'm guessing if you totaled up all the times we went out to a restaurant and divided them up, I'm betting Mi Casina's number 1.
The other thing that's great about Clyde Warren Park, they have food trucks, but you're there in the Arts District. So you can go to the DMA, and then you can take a break and go to Clyde Warren Park and have a picnic. And then you can go back. Across the street from the DMA is the statue garden.
The Nasher Sculpture Garden.
Sculpture, not statue, sorry. Woo! Nasher has this amazing collection of sculptures, and they have a lot of them in North Park Mall, but he created this sculpture garden, and it is spectacular.
It is. So Roy Nasher is who she's talking about. He was the developer of North Park Mall, which was one of the first high-end mall concepts, still a great mall to go shopping at. and a Dallasite. And this sculpture guard, he was a world-class collector. I mean, he's one of these people that if it wasn't there, it could be in the Louvre or the National Gallery in Washington, those sort of things. The quality of and it's just, that's one where it doesn't take a huge amount of time, and it's inside outside,
right?
So they've got stuff inside and outside.
It's what that usually means.
That's what that usually means. And it's just a great little
and they have like a little cafe too.
Right.
It also is a great place. You can rent it out as a venue. There's a lot of wedding receptions and things that happen there. They'll bring.
Well, you can rent it out.
And then if you go across the street from the Nasher, there's the Trammell Crow Museum, and it's all Asian art.
And that's fascinating.
We had not been there, and we said, well, we need to go. And it really was. It kind of takes you through Japan, and it was spectacular.
That was great. And that's in the Cultural Arts District. Those are the three main museums there. But you also have the Meyerson, which is a great symphony center. You have the Windspear, which is an opera house and often has, and then they have an outdoor park for live music. The Majestic is close to there for, more, they do plays, shows.
Right.
We saw Rent there, I think, one time. We also saw Return of the Caveman, I think. We've seen Kev Moe there. So all sorts of things. So the east side of Dallas is weighted with the cultural museums.
And I will say the Symphony Hall, the Meyerson is beautiful. And it's a great place for pictures and photographs too. So then if you go over to the west side, there's some other museums. There's the Sixth Floor Museum.
Right. Darkest day in Dallas history, November 22nd, 1963, when JFK was assassinated. And it tells the complete story. And it is very interesting because it obviously tells about the assassination. It is in the book depository building where Oswald shot from. I'm a lone shooter person.
And they do have it set up what they think. Well, they have it so they know how it looked then because it was a book depository with all the boxes and the window that they think that it happened at. It's really fascinating.
But beyond that, they have the whole story of the weekend, the whole trip. And he had been to Houston, San Antonio, and Fort Worth, I think, before he came to Dallas. And it just takes you back to Camelot, shows sort of what we lost that day.
Right. And also, as you walk downtown, there's a beautiful memorial. And the original county courthouse, the red courthouse, which is really very pretty.
Old Red.
So there's a museum in Old Red.
Right. So the original county courthouse is beautiful. I'm not going to say so much about the Earl, the others, but
no, it really is beautiful, and it's all contained right there within walking distance.
Right.
And then you can go under Woodall Rogers, and whenever I do, it brings back memories. They have Hoop It Up, and Steve and his guy friends used to always play and Hoop It Up. But then you get to the other side, and one of my favorite science museums, the Perot Museum, is amazing.
Lead giver H. Ross Perot and his family, and man, it is spectacular.
Great place to take kids, but it's also a great place for adults. You learn so much.
I pretend like if I'm with a kid, I pretend like I already knew that, but I'm learning about a half second before the 6-year-old that's with me.
And it's on different levels, and the building itself is iconic. It's they have like plants and stuff on the outside, and you can see the escalator on the inside. It's difficult to explain, but it's an amazing piece of architecture as well.
Right.
And then not far from that is one of my favorite, more recent, it's fairly recent, it's within the last 10 years, and Dallas built a Holocaust museum. And we've been to several. We lived in Germany for 3.5 years. This museum is one of the most powerful experiences you'll ever have.
Yeah, it's in the west end of Dallas, and it is, it's uncomfortable sometimes, but it is things we need to relearn.
And I think the thing that moves me so much is you walk in and they have the term upstander and the definition of an upstander. So even though it is such a difficult and dark subject matter, they bring it in a light of, but we can be better.
Right.
And it's not just the Holocaust either. They have a section. One of the most powerful things is when we think about genocide, unfortunately, you think about the Holocaust, but they have a room that discusses all of the genocides
Rwanda
through history. And, you know, for my kids, we take my students there every year, our sixth graders. And I will say 11, 12 is the youngest you would want to take a child, but they were surprised that Texas was in that,
Right.
talking about the Native Americans. And then they have a section with that talks about the civil rights movement, and they have a beautiful memorial section for a lot of Dallas families who lost people in the Holocaust. But then the best is you have to go to the exhibit with the holograms.
Right.
And so
This is high-tech stuff.
This is amazing. The first time I was there, it was really moving to me. There are several Holocaust survivors that lived in Dallas, and
Obviously, yes.
yeah, and they did this project over I don't know how many years, and they interviewed them, and they had all these questions for them. And one Holocaust survivor used to come to a school I taught at. Max was just an amazing man, and the first time I went, you don't know which
Right.
person they're going to present. And the first time I went, I'm with my kids from my school. They sit down, and these holograms, they come out, and it's as if they are still living and sitting right in front of you. And he had just passed away a few months before, and there he was.
There's Max.
So it was pretty powerful.
And Max was pretty famous in Dallas because he gave a lot of speeches. But the point of the holograms is they ask them all of these questions. Right. And so you can ask them a question and they give you the answer. It's not an AI answer. It was their actual answer.
So it is fascinating. And the museum itself is just really great. So shout out to it. It's just a remarkable effort.
So we're going to do many episodes on Dallas. We'll do the same for Houston and Austin and San Antonio. But if you're going to go and you're going to be downtown in particular, there is just days worth of museum going. And so do all of that. And
stay downtown.
Right.
There's lots of hotels, and then eat downtown. We mentioned Mi Casina, but there's also the original El Phoenix is downtown.
Right next to the Perot.
So good.
So plan your Perot visit so you end with lunch or dinner at El Phoenix.
And I got to say one more thing. It's actually going out of business. I mean, I know we're over. We're 12 minutes, and
This
I'm
is
so
ridiculous.
sorry.
We are way over.
But Neiman Marcus is down there. It's closing. I'm very sad. But
Well,
the
they're
Zodiac
working
room
on it.
Oh,
They're
I
working
didn't
on
heard
it.
that.
It's not going to be the store anymore, but they may save and make it historical. So
and then there's Reunion Tower.
Okay.
You need to go to Dallas.
We'll go back. We'll be back on Dallas. I promise.
Continue to join us on Texas 10. Big cities, little cities. We will tell you about it all.
Like, subscribe, tell a friend. Thanks so much.
And I love this land. It takes my breath away. From the Paladuro to the Gulf Coast plain. From the heart of the hill country to the piney wood shade. I love this land. It takes my breath away.